Well, what a fallout, hey, from SVB, the US bank tightening conditions, and there was talk of interest rates hitting 110 basis points before the end of the year, and now the odds are that we're not going to be getting that. Um, Expectations are that we're going to be having rate cuts over the next, even as early as next week. Um, how quickly things can change. Tonight we've got the US inflation, and if that's stronger, then the Fed really is stuck between an inflation crisis and a banking crisis. And what to do? Um, yeah, they've already made moves to bail out the US banking industry, so I guess then that means that they're also going to be bailing out, well, quantitative easing is going to be coming back in, and inflation is just going to keep on moving higher. Let's go and have a look at some charts, and we can see here US bond market certainly getting a lot weaker. So that's indicating that, yeah, the rate cut is happening. And I think that this week is going to be pivotal in deciding where we're going to be heading and what, with inflation. I guess next week we've got the FOMC. So a little too soon to sort of jump on whether or not the interest rates are going to be rising or falling. I think, with inflation heading higher, yeah, that's going to hurt the lower end of I guess of the poverty scale, the poorer people in the country. If inflation continues to go higher and the Fed try and lower interest rates to stimulate the assets and save the banks, and that really is only the top end of town that benefits from that. So are they going to send the poor American consumers with mortgages to the, I guess, to the wall, or are they going to send the top end of town to the wall? And knowing America, it's not going to be the top end of town. So, yeah, I think it's a little too early to make a decision on the interest rate, but we're going to certainly, by the time we get to the FOMC next week, which is here, we'll have a clearer idea. But what is certain that's going to happen is that we're going to have a recession in the US. I don't think there's any way around that now. I think it's pretty much a given that the US will head into a recession, and then it's about how they're going to battle inflation, and that's yet to be seen. So VIX, understandably, much higher. Started on Thursday, goes through to Friday. Stocks tried to bounce, but ended pretty much unchanged from Friday, but had a bit of a wild session. Dollar index, as you imagine, with the safe haven flow, not really prevalent in US at the moment, with bonds getting sold off. The safe havens are going to be the yen, as we can see here. Yen certainly getting stronger on the back of that safe haven flow, and also gold also going to be much stronger. And as you can see, it's absolutely motoring. Bitcoin, I wrote on the weekend that cryptocurrencies, which kind of were the start of this with the FTX fallout a couple months ago, wouldn't benefit. Well, look at that. I was wrong on that judgment call. As Bitcoin certainly has had a lot of flows over the last 2 days. Looking at Aussie dollar, happy to be short Aussie, but came back and tagged that 67 nicely and failed off it. So to me, that's a seller's opportunity. Whether or not you sell it against the US dollar, though, as the US dollar is certainly struggling with what's going on over in America at the moment. Euro, probably want to be a buyer of the euro against the US, but maybe a seller of it against everything else. And then cable back across that range now, thanks to the weaker US dollar. So I think it's a little too early to give a long-term directional view. Maybe we'll have some clarity tomorrow on that. All right, thanks guys. Well, good luck with the CPI, the inflation numbers tonight, and we'll chat again tomorrow.